Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Isa ba kayo sa mga nag-aabang doon sa sinasabing bagong TR to PR program? Okay, inanunsyo po yan late last year. Sabi magkakaroon ng special parang pathway na magpapabilis sa processing ng temporary residents para sila ay maging permanent residents. 33,000 people raw to benefit from this. Kung inaabangan nyo yan, sige, pag-usapan natin ngayon. Ano na ba nangyari? Parang ang taga, yung iba, Miss G, alam mo naman, pahirapan makahanap ng PR pathway. I won't be surprised if some people, well, I don't think this is a good idea, no? Parang dito na lang umaasa sa sinasabing TR to PR pathway. Do we have any update on this, Miss G? Of course, welcome, Geraldine Vallarayil of GHB Immigration. Okay, hi, Miss G. Okay, may mga nagtatanong rin ba sa'yo?
Oo, napakarami na yung nagtatanong about the TR to PR pathway. Pero unfortunately, wala pang paramdamang IRCC. Though binanggit nila yun under the Immigration Levels Plan last year, but still, it's not a determination na mag-o-open talaga siya.
Sige. Bago ko sabihin nila, ba't kayo nag-i-episode? Wala naman palang update. Sige, papakita ko muna guys yung binanggit ni Miss G na konteksto nung announcement made last year. Yan, ito po yan, included in the supplementary information sa 2026 to 2028 Immigration Levels Plan sa bandang dito. Teka, hanapin ko. Ayan. The government will also accelerate the transition of up to 33,000 temporary workers to permanent residency in 2026 and 2027. So combined yan yung up to 33,000. This initiative will target workers who have established strong roots in their communities, are paying taxes, and are helping to build the strong economy Canada needs. Meron pang isa yan Ito. Okay. Ito meron parang graphics kahit konti, no? Official sources po ito, ha? Nakasulat dito sa bandang ibaba, yung mga one-time initiatives starting supposedly in 2026. Ito yan. Okay? Ang bago dito, this will be for skilled temporary workers who are already contributing to communities working in Canada in specific in-demand sectors with a focus on those in rural areas. So at least may clue lang tayo kung sino ang maaaring makapasok dyan. Okay, so bakit natin ginagawa tong episode na ito? Guys, kasi siguro sa excitement ng marami, pati ng maraming mga consultant, maraming nagsisilabasan ngayon ng mga posts claiming na meron ng official list of documents to prepare. That is not true, right, Ms. G? Wala pang official list of documents.
Wala pang official list of documents. However, it is a smart move na kung mag-o-open talaga siya, na i-prepare na yung mga documents na medyo matagal i-process. Like ECA, kasi 5 years naman ang validity ng Education Credential Assessment. Like yung Language Test Report, 2 years naman ang validity niyan, na medyo matagal din na i-process or i-produce yun, then it makes sense na i-ready nila. No? But still, there is no official document list from the IRCC. But remember, Ms. Ina, sa PR application kasi, it's more of like, the same yan yung mga...
Yes.
So, that's the idea kung ano na yung mga ipaprepare niya ng mga documents.
Sige, before we run through what you could prepare for, ito yung mga common na kasi sa mga PR programs, PR pathways. Yun lang siguro, yung safe niyong umpisahan. Kung may mag-claim sa inyo na ito na yung kompletong listahan, yan na yun, that is not true. Another thing that is happening now, guys, kung meron po mga consultant dyan na sinasabing mag-sign up na kayo sa amin, sila na raw ang kunin ninyo para kapag nagbukas na ito, okay na, parang nangungulikta na mga bayad ninyo. Ako, and Ms. G is not doing this, by the way. I don't think it is right, Why are you not doing this, Miss Jean? Why do you think it is not proper to be doing that now? Kahit na maaari nga magbukas let's say in a few months.
Oo, I feel that it's unethical na magpa-sign up na. Of course, when you say sign up, magbabayad na yung
Oh.
aplikante, ano? Because anything can happen with IRCC. Like for example, yung caregiver, who would have thought na magsasara siya, di ba? So I feel like, no, this is not the right time na magpa-sign up or to trap an applicant para lang mag-go through sa'yo through yung sa TR to PR pathways. No, I do have clients na talagang pinipilit pa ako paki-accept na po yung aking application for the TR to PR. But then, I hope they're watching so they can testify. Pero sabi ko sa kanila, they really need to wait muna nung medyo malinaw na announcement from IRCC. No? Pag meron na,
to begin with, we don't even know what jobs could be accepted. Malay natin, baka merong limitado lang na no codes dyan or what, right, Ms. G?
Yes, that's true. So sinasabihan ko na lang yung aking mga possible clients na okay, as soon as we receive yung instruction, announcement from IRCC, I promise them, I'll gonna email them to check if they're still willing and eligible to apply.
Correct. Tsaka nakasulat dun sa kaninang binasa ko, no? It will be for specific areas. Meron pang special mention sa mga rural immigration program. Rural towns rather. So, ang hirap mukhang very specific yung profiles na pwedeng tanggapin for this specific TR to PR program. We don't even know how it will be executed. Simpleng TR to PR program ba to na similar doon sa noon? Might be not. It might be a whole new system. So, wag kayong papatol muna, guys, okay? Kapag meron sigurong namimilit sa inyo, kunin nyo na kayo, baka magpunuan to, baka hindi ko na kayo ma-accommodate pag nagbukas na yan, hayaan nyo sila, guys. Okay, that is just my personal opinion. I don't think that's wise. Okay, now let's go to the documents, Miss G. Wala pang official, pero ano ba ang madalas? Yung parang standard naman na hinihingi sa lahat ng mga PR programs, PR pathways.
Oo. First check nyo, of course, yung validity ng inyong passport. Baka naman mamaya malapit nang ma-expire yan. I know, that's number one. And of course, yung language test report, like what I've said, 2 years naman ang validity niyan. So it is safe na kumuha na rin kayo if you feel comfortable na mag-take na nun. And yung education credential assessment, of course, remember 5 years ang validity. So ngayon pa lang, pwede nyo nang i-apply. And yung mga police clearances, I would say, like let us say NBI, medyo madali namang makuha yan, meron nang online, Pero kung merong mga countries na matagal bago nyo makuha yung police clearances nyo. Because for the PR application, you need, sorry po.
Go ahead, Miss G. It's okay.
Okay, for the PR application, you need to submit your police report or police clearance dun sa mga countries na nag-stay kayo ng more than 6 months since the age of 18.
Wow, okay.
So lahat yun. Like for example, I'll just gonna tell you, Miss Ina, nung nag-apply kami ng PR, like for myself, how many countries ako na nag-stay ng more than 6 months. It's a very expensive and time-consuming affairs. So yun siguro i-check nyo na, medyo i-ready nyo. Ano pa ba? Yung mga references or employment letters nyo from your previous employers, kailangan i-gather nyo na rin yun. And I believe that's all for now. And then yung other documents naman, yun yung mga basic or laging kailangan for PR application, yung mga declarations, So you have to really remember kung meron kasi sa PR application yung mga personal history, travel history, education, work experience. Actually, doon ako lagi hindi naman nagkakaroon ng hiccup sa application, especially napakaraming travel history.
Oo.
So, yun, they really have to have a record of it na para pag nagbukas, medyo ready kayo.
Yeah, okay. Yun lang naman guys, Palagay mo, Miss G, tulad nung sinabi ko sa intro, is it wise for people nowadays to only rely on this TR to PR program. Although hindi ko na rin masisi in a way, no? Talagang siguro hirap na hirap sila makakuha ng PR pathway. They're only banking on this. What do you say to those people na talagang ito na lang ang inaasahan?
It is something to be hopeful for sure, no? Pero alam naman natin nangyayari sa IRCC. They will announce something yesterday and then the following day natulog lang sila, then another announcement will come.
Oo.
So don't put all your eggs sa TR to PR. You really have to explore all other PR pathways para sa inyo.
Oo. Tsaka, sige, Miss Gia, kung ikaw lang naman ang mag-a-assess, babalikan ko to. Ano ba to? Yan. Ano ang tansya mo sa mga trabaho? Yan. What kind of work would likely, no, for you, pwedeng mag-qualify o kukunin dito? Sabi dito, no, in specific in-demand sectors with a focus on those in rural areas. Mga high-skilled lang to. Pasok kaya palagay mo, kukuha ng mga medyo tier 4, 5, yung mga ganon.
We really don't know, but talking about the sectors, 100%, I'm pretty sure the healthcare will be there. No, construction din. Ano pa ba? I remember yung sa 2021, yung sa mga French speakers, nag-open din sila that time. Healthcare, construction, manufacturing, agriculture. I can assume kasama yan dyan sa TR to PR pathways pag nagbukas.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, again, abangan pa rin natin. Siyempre, lang yan, para lang kay Miss G. We'll see. And nobody really knows when it will open. Okay? Baka rin may mga nangangako sa inyo na, mag-sign up na kayo. Kunyari, meron pwede na mag-sign up para ma-prioritize ang inyong applications. Okay? Kasi nungalingan yun ha, walang ganon. Okay? So, yeah, that is it. Maikli lang to para lang sagutin yung mga naiinip na dyan dito sa TR to PR program. Nobody knows yet. Okay? Thank you, Miss G. That is it. We'll end this episode here. Kung meron kayong ibang mga tanong, i-email nyo na lang po si Miss G dyan sa kanyang email na gumagapang sa baba. Bye, everybody!